Hi there, I'm Mindy from Essentials for Healthy Living with Mindy.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really effective sore muscle rub. And what I'm doing is I'm combining two of my favorites and two things that I found to be extremely effective. I'm combining some of my favorite essential oils, which just simply peppermint oil tends to be probably my favorite for sore muscles. There are lots and lots of oils you can use that will help with sore muscles. But I'm going to use peppermint, and I'll probably add in a little bit of marjoram for added benefit because it's really nice and soothing to muscles as well and helps to kind of relax them. And they both together will work to soothe the pain away. Now, the other effective ingredient I'm using is going to be magnesium, because magnesium is really great for soothing sore muscles. And it's really great for a lot of things. If you do some research, a lot of people are saying that we all need to have more magnesium, that most of us are a little bit deficient in that area. And one thing about magnesium that a lot of people don't know, there are some really good magnesium supplements out there, such as the Natural Calm supplement, which I like. But with magnesium, they've done tests that have shown that it is actually much better absorbed and utilized by your body when you use it topically. So if you put the magnesium on your skin and let it absorb through your skin, your body utilizes it a lot more effectively, and you're going to get a lot more benefits from it than if you take it orally and it has to go through your digestive system and get broken down. It just doesn't make its way as much to bring you as much benefit that way. Now, I like magnesium for several reasons. I made another video showing a sleep cream that I made with magnesium and essential oils, and that's really effective too. But this one is going to be for sore muscles. So have you ever, after you've had a hard workout, you've worked really hard in the yard or whatever, and your muscles are sore and crampy, and so maybe you did a soak in an Epsom salt bath? Or one of my favorites is just to get a little bin with, like when I've done a lot of running and my feet are really sore and tired, I'll get just a little bin and put some really warm water, Epsom salts, and some peppermint oil, and it always makes my feet feel so great. Plus, it really relaxes me. Well, Epsom salt baths have been popular for ages for athletes after a workout, for soothing sore muscles from whatever. And so what this balm is going to do, that we're going to make, is it's going to basically, it's like an Epsom salt bath in a jar. So it's a real simple way when you don't have time to sit and soak. Then you can just grab some of this body cream and rub it on to wherever your muscles are sore. And what I really like to do is I usually like to rub it on before bed. And usually if I'll do it that same day, like say I worked out in the yard today and I'm really, really sore, if I will go ahead and remember to use the magnesium cream that day before I go to bed, then a lot of the time I'll wake up the next day and just feel great. No soreness at all. Now, if you forget to apply it before bed, you're probably going to wake up the next day sore. Once you're already sore, this will still benefit you, but it's not as effective as if you use it before the soreness sets in. It's easier to do things like this as a preventive than after the fact, but you can still use it after the fact. If you're already sore, if you forgot to be proactive and put it on the night before, then, don't think that it's going to be ineffective. You can still use it. And in fact, you could probably use it several times in the same day. And it's just going to take a little bit longer to relax the muscles once that soreness has set in like that. But it's really great, and it's really simple. And so all we're going to do is we're going to combine some ingredients, and I'm going to splice this up with my Sleepy Time cream video, because for the most part these recipes are the same, And the only change is going to be at the end which essential oils we use, because we don't want to use necessarily the sleepy time oils for this recipe, because you may want to rub this cream on during the day and keep going. So the peppermint and the marjoram will be good for that. So you can use this one any time of the day. And so I am going to get started on this, and then I'm going to show you here in a few minutes how we combine all this. So I'll be right back. We're going to get started with the first step. And what we're going to do first is, I like to use the magnesium flakes because they're very, very full of magnesium. You're going to get a lot of bang for your buck with these. And so what I'm doing here, and I'm sorry my screen isn't bigger. I don't have a professional video crew here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 cups, if I can find my measuring cup. 1 sec. Haha. 2 cups of the magnesium flakes. And I just realized that the bowl I have is going to be too little. So, yeah, I'm super professional here today. Ha! Okay. This is real life, folks. Now, this is really actually very simple. And this type of thing, once you start doing it and you have these few basic ingredients, you'll be able to make all kinds of things, from lotion bars to lip balms, deodorants, shaving creams, and it's just so easy and so much better for you and so much cheaper. Okay, so now I'm going to get my 2 cups of the magnesium flakes, and let me move my camera down here so y'all can hopefully see what I am doing. There we go. Okay. Now, 2 cups of magnesium flakes, and okay, got that in my bowl, and then I have 3/4 of a cup of boiling water that I just boiled, and what I'm going to do is add that in here into my magnesium flakes, and I'm just going to stir it up, and it's going to take a few minutes, but this is going to dissolve, and it will be a real thick liquid. You want to do this before you start on your other ingredients, because it takes a little bit for it to completely dissolve, but you can see that it's already off to a real good start. So you can do that, set it aside, and as you're working, just come back and occasionally stir it to help encourage it to finish dissolving. Okay, now the next step we're going to do is we're going to start adding our ingredients for the other portion of this body butter. This makes the butter part of what we're doing. So, okay, I've got my pot here, and you want to put in about 1 inch of water, and then you want to take a mason jar is what I like to use, or any kind of glass jar, and I'm going to just set this down into the water, and I'm going to add all of my things like the beeswax and the coconut oil and cocoa butter into this glass jar, and that way it can simmer over low heat, and it won't overly heat these items that you're trying to gently melt. So here's what we're going to do. Now, I am increasing this recipe from what I did yesterday. So this is going to make a big batch. So when you want some to share with your friends or to give as gifts, this is a great way to do it. Now, I'm really unprepared today. Let me grab my coconut oil. Here we go, organic coconut oil. And I am going to add 1 cup of coconut oil to this. And hey, looky, I've got a brand new jar here. And like I said, each of these, let me get one that's already open. Each of these See, it's like you're just doing it with me in my kitchen. Like we're friends, we're hanging out doing it in my kitchen, and I don't have my act all together. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to be perfect. Okay. So, use organic unrefined coconut oil because it still has all the good stuff intact. And I'm just going to squish it down in my measuring cup. And let me see if I can get the camera down here where y'all can see what I'm doing. Rather than watch my face as I'm looking down here and doing it. Okay. Gosh, now you're going to see my messy kitchen. Huh. Okay. Okay. There we go. Got my coconut oil. I'm going to squish it down in here. Oh, organic unrefined coconut oil. Ha! I'm clumsy. It's the best because it has all the good stuff still intact. That's good for your skin, good for your thyroid and hormones, all that good stuff. So we're just going to fill this up nice and full. Scrape out every last bit so we don't waste any. Alright. That's pretty good. Doesn't have to be exact. Now, I'm just going to put that over here. Excuse my coffee cup. We're going to put that into our mason jar over here. Goodness, hey, I'm doing a video. Okay, I'm sorry for that brief interruption. My silly kids just came running in here, hollering and having fun. So, I am just finishing up putting the coconut oil into my mason jar. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat on to about medium heat, just below medium, because I want it to be nice and gentle as we melt it. Now the next thing we're going to put in is beeswax. Now I like to get these beeswax pastilles is what they're called, and they're nice and tiny so they melt real easy. Now it would be preferable if you have a local beekeeper to see about buying beeswax from them to support them and get something that's really pure and natural. But these are organic and I like them because they just melt a lot faster, and it's a lot easier than having to grate a bar of beeswax. Now, I am going to put, let me see, let me find my measuring cup again, folks. Now, I'm increasing my recipe, so I'm kind of creating this one as I go, so I apologize for acting wishy-washy. But I'm going to put in half a cup of the beeswax pastilles, and I'm just going to add this directly to the coconut oil in my mason jar. I'm doing that so it won't spill out into my water. Now that water is beginning to gently heat, and I'm just going to keep adding these ingredients to this. I'm also going to stir my magnesium flakes while I'm thinking about it. I should probably put them over here so they'll also benefit from the gentle heat of the stove to encourage them to continue dissolving. Now, I've got the coconut oil and I have the beeswax. So, well, hello there. Now you get to experience my world as a klutz. Okay. Now, we're going to add some shea butter. And I want to put about half a cup of shea butter. And this is raw, unrefined shea butter. This stuff is so nice for your skin. When I'm using it to make these things, I'll sometimes just pull out a little piece and rub it on my hands just to moisturize them because it feels so great. So when you get all these nice ingredients together, we're going to have a really nice cream that's really soothing to the skin, as well as having all these other benefits. So I am going to, let's just try sticking the measuring cup in here, and we're going to get it nice and full. This isn't too hard to work with, but it's a little thick. So I'll let you see what I'm doing here. It's a little thick, but it's easier to work with than the cocoa butter is when you buy it in bulk like this. Here we are. Okay. Hey, almost perfect. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and add the shea butter into a mason jar. Got a rag here somewhere. It's a good idea to keep a rag handy because you're going to get this stuff all over you. Okay, now get the extras out of the way. Now that shea butter goes in real thick, but it's going to melt pretty quick. All right, now, so we have the coconut oil, the beeswax, and the shea butter. And now the last thing I want to add is some cocoa butter to add extra nourishment to the skin. And I just want to do about 1/4 cup of cocoa butter on this recipe. Now, I like to buy organic cocoa butter. This one that I bought this to try it out, and I really like this. It comes in these little wafers, so you can just search for the cocoa butter wafers. But cocoa butter, it's really thick and kind of hard at room temperature, so it's just a lot easier to work with for your recipes and measure out by using these wafers. And it also melts a little faster, but I just find it easier to work with overall. That's why I like those. The same as using the beeswax pastilles. It's a convenience factor for me. And it costs about the same price as just buying it in bulk. So, works out for me. Okay, so now we have all of the ingredients for the main body butter portion. And what we're going to do is we're just going to let it sit here and simmer. And it's still coming up to a warm temp. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to stir it occasionally. I'll let you see what it looks like in there. See? And here, this is what the magnesium flakes are looking like. They're getting pretty close to being done. So I'm going to let the magnesium flakes continue to dissolve. And then I'm going to keep all these other ingredients cooking over medium heat and let them gently dissolve. And then I'll come back to you when that happens and we'll do the next step. Hey there, thanks. I'm back. And so now the coconut oil mixture has melted. So now we're ready for the next step. Now this is very short and simple. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put you down here with me on my stove, so you can easily see what I'm doing. Now, here's the mixture. You see it's all nice and melted. I stirred it a little bit, so everything is combined really good. Now, you want to transfer it to a bowl that you're going to be able to blend it in. I like my stainless steel bowl, and it's going to be hot, so be careful. But I'm just going to grab this. Wipe off the bottom because that liquid's boiling and it will burn you if it drips on you. Now all I'm going to do at this point is I'm simply going to transfer this mixture into my mixing bowl. And I'm going to try to let all of it drip out so none of it goes to waste. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in my fridge for about 10 to 30 minutes to let it solidify and come to, well, it'll be a little cooler than room temperature, but that's more or less what we're going for. So I'll be back with you in about 20 minutes-ish. Okay, so now we are ready for the last step to make our muscle cream. So I have let this sit in the fridge and firm up. And now we are going to start mixing, and we're going to start adding our essential oils. So what we need to do, we're going to mix it on high, and we're also at this point trying to get it kind of whipped really nicely, so it'll be a real nice texture. And so there we go. Now we're going to add some oils that are also good for sore muscles, so you can get the best of the magnesium and of the oils. Now my favorite oil for sore muscles is peppermint. So I'm just going to swing you around here so you can watch what I'm doing. But now peppermint oil, I am going to add, this is a really big recipe, so I'm going to add 100 drops of peppermint. That's a lot, but it's a large recipe. And now I'm just going to keep mixing it up as I go, so it'll get a real nice whipped texture. Smells great. Oh my goodness, that smells amazing. So now you can just stop there with the peppermint. If all you have is peppermint, this is going to make a really, really great cream. But I have some marjoram, which is also really good for sore muscles and helps to relax them. So I'm going to add just a little bit of marjoram to this. And I'm going to put in, because it's a large batch, I'm going to put in 15 drops. So we're going to do this and then keep blending. Okay. Oh, that smells nice too. Alright, and then I'm just going to make sure that we get everything equally blended. Make sure that it's really nicely whipped. And there we have it. It's really nice. And then what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to put it in my mason jars for storage. Just any glass jar will do. I really like this size. It's the perfect size, and I believe it's the pint size. And a little bit of this goes a long way. So this is really going to last you quite a while. And you just want to take it and just rub it directly on the area where you are feeling sore, to soothe away that soreness and help relax your muscles and just help you to rejuvenate and feel better. So it's actually very easy to make, and it doesn't really take that much time. So give it a try. It's a really, really great muscle cream. So thank you for joining me. I enjoy doing these videos with you, and I'm very grateful to you for watching. Have a blessed day.